Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again, today with a brand new video, and yesterday with the announcement of the latest Heroic Brawl. Basically, it's got some prizes tied to some ridiculous win conditions, and we're gonna go over the community reaction, my feeling about it, because I've had a full day to digest it, really not happy about it, and I feel like it just makes very little sense, not only on the player end of it, but even on the corporate side. It just feels like this has not been thought through very well, and I'll talk about the pros and the cons of all of it, because a lot of people are pretty upset, and I think rightfully so. Friendly reminder, we're on the road to 69,420 subs. If you feel like I've earned your subscription, please hit that sub button down below. It would be awfully nice. So yesterday, during the patch notes, this will not be going live, this Heroic Brawl, until May 17th. The Heroic Brawl standard format is back. It comes back with the usual terrible reward scheme. It costs 1,000 gold to enter. If you get 0 wins, you get a pack. It is absolutely terrible, with the only really feels good feeling is if you get 12 wins and you get like 50 packs, golden legendaries, all of that. And the big criticism of the event, there's been a few. First is the fact that it's always before a mini set, before they announce it. And the prizes are never, or this graph here is never disclosed in game. It's only through the patch notes, which will only be seen by a very small amount of people. And considering it's a mobile first type of game, like there's a lot of mobile players, these patch notes are never linked in game. There would be no way of knowing if you're a mobile player unless you knew outside or beforehand through other means you played it before. So that's always been pretty bad. And last time there was a lot of frustration over the new Ghoul Queen Scarlet Deathlight hero skin being restricted to getting 3 wins. At the time it was said 3 wins in one run. It was then changed to 3 wins overall, but that would require, for a lot of players, a minimum of 2 runs, 2,000 gold, a pretty expensive portrait, but at least obtainable, right? For the most part, obtainable, and if you compare it to the price of a regular portrait in the shop, pretty much in line. And now they've doubled down. They have doubled down with the latest Heroic Brawl, where there will be a portrait for 3 wins, just like last time, but now there is the Crimson Knight Psy hero skin, where you have to get 12 wins in a single heroic tavern brawl. And to understand how difficult this is, all you have to do is go to the Hearthstone wiki. There is basically this Heroic Brawl Wikipedia that goes over the odds of it, not really factoring in player skill. Obviously, the best players in the world are more likely to get 12. They're not guaranteed it, not by a lot, but not by a long shot, but they're more likely. But if you take a look at the odds of getting 12 wins, this is based on about 8,000 players, a simulation of that. You're at a 0.65% chance. A 0.65% chance to get those 12 wins, and that feels really bad, right? Like it's almost unobtainable to the average player. And then there's the argument, well, you know, it's cool to have certain things be really hard to get. You take a look at the Golden Celebration card back, right? This is a really rare card back in Hearthstone. Only players that like finish, like get to world championships or do something really big in the esports scene can unlock it. However, there's a big difference between that. First, card backs have always had this kind of exclusivity, a rarity. They used to be tied to, you know, your season. They've been tied to pre-orders. They've been tied to competitive. It's been like that since day one, and that's the expectation, right? That's the expectation. And my big complaint that feels really bad is, a lot of you guys are well aware, I own every skin in Hearthstone. I have bought every one, and I tweeted this out. I have bought every portrait ever in Hearthstone. Even the Nemsy ones, which I don't even like. I don't like them, but completionist, right? Completionist. Well, this was cool because I could own them all. I could support the team. Felt good to support Hearthstone that way, right? It's an additional cosmetic and all of that. And now through the Heroic Brawl, they're ruining this unless I fluke out a 12-win run. I have done a Heroic Brawl every single time they've done one, multiple every single time. I'm a former rank 1 legend player, for whatever that means. I've gotten 12 wins twice ever. And I think I'm a decent player. I'm not great. I'm not, you know, an esports champion, but twice I've ever got it, and I've always tried. I don't play terrible decks. It's just really, really hard. And I'm saying, like, do they not understand how crappy this feels? Because what's going to happen, I think, for a lot of completionists, I saw this in response below, save files, same way. We're going to go over a thread by Martian Boo talking about it. Completionists, they like to have everything. That's something that's very common. That's what I mainly buy all the portraits at this point because, well, I have them all. I might as well buy them. If they add this, right, this requirement I miss, I'm probably not going to buy them all anymore. There's just no point. If I can't own them all, like you could see I'm missing some. That was because I was like, I haven't hit the level 100 to get the Tavern Pass, and I'm still missing one level 100 portrait. I think it's Anduin. But other than that, I bought them all that stuff. And I feel like they're almost shooting themselves in the foot. They're trying their hardest to get people to go in, waste their gold, so they have to buy the mini set with money. That's what it's all about. I don't care what they say. This is what it's all about. They're doing this. They're leveraging the portrait because I guess the last one worked well, and they want to see how far they can go with this. But they might just alienate the entire like collector, completionist market because the vast majority of players can't do that. I mean, Safile, who's an arena player, basically said right here with you, except for being 425 Deathlight wins behind. Like, he's an arena player. He might not even want to play this ladder style thing. And there's a lot of people that are like that. And Martian Boo put out a thread, and I thought it was really done well here. He said, update, kind of hate that I care about this, frankly, because he was getting a lot of replies about his take on this whole issue. Cosmetic rewards for skill and dedication. Thumbs up. And I'm down for that too. Like legend card back. Like my ideal thing is why not do a cool event like every month? If you finish like top 100 legend, you can unlock this really cool portrait or something. It's achievable. It's not a set amount of time. Like every month you have a chance to unlock it. Something like that, right? Like even the golden card back, you could still, you know, at some point unlock it as long as esports exist, which might not be forever, of course, but you could still unlock it, right? Anyways, cosmetics for very limited time that requires a lot of wallet to have a reasonable shot at acquiring it. X. 1 is awesome and does not require 2. If this was the 12-win heroic skin issued, I'd have no issue. If you get it this time, you could try it again when it comes around. If it was for normal arena pricing and attainable for the whole expansion, I'd have no issue. And it's already been stated by Matt London that this is kind of unique for this season of Heroic Brawl. So this is a one-time deal, right? Really FOMO, but omega expensive, more than anything we've seen. After achieving rank 1, having a skin attached to it would be cool. Finishing top 200, having a skin attached to it would be cool. Reaching legend in a given month, having a skin attached to it would be cool for me, but maybe not players with more limited time. Playing 500 games with a specific card in your deck, like Nozdormu, would be cool. Reaching legend with a specific class would be cool. Reaching legend without any spells in your deck would be cool. Finishing top 500 standard, like, you know, all these examples, right? These are all achievable. Thing is, they're not going to get your goal. They're, you know, it's just a reason to play the game, and that's not enough for them. We know that. If it was enough for them, they would give like wild pack rewards for finishing legend every month. They give classic pack rewards for finishing classic legend. They don't care about that. Like, that's not what it's about. They don't see the cost benefit of it. That's the honesty of the truth there. I look forward to Heroic Brawl every expansion because it's fun to risk some gold money for a chance at earning exciting rewards if I do well. These are just for fun stakes to me because I don't lose out on anything if I fail. Having to do unreasonably well any one specific Heroic Brawl or miss out on something you want entirely lessens the fun. Now there's pressure to do absurdly well with whatever your budget is, and suddenly even doing pretty well feels awful, right? You can get 11 wins, get a lot of stuff. If you really want that portrait, it's gonna feel like crap. It really will. And that's not like, is that what you want with this? At the end of the day, whatever, it's a cosmetic in a video game, and I hear myself talk about this all day, made me hate that I care about this. The reasonable course of action is to care less about something I'm used to valuing, and that's just awkward to do suddenly. TLDR, it makes me like cosmetics, Hearthstone's cosmetics and the Heroic Tavern Brawl less, and I like them both a lot. That's just my feedback as a consumer. And this is where I'm like, this is where they all of a sudden, like, they're gonna, you know, push out the collectors. Like, all of a sudden they're making me care, or making you want to care less about cosmetics, which you shouldn't care about, right? I shouldn't care about being a completionist. I'm wasting my money on gifts in JPEGs that I will lose eventually because it's a digital card game. They mean nothing. And now they're trying to like leverage that into making us spend more, to the point where it's like, well, screw it. I just won't even bother. I won't get the cosmetics. I don't need them. And that's what it feels like they're going to do. So this whole like decision to me is baffling on multiple levels. It upsets the complete. It upsets the collection people like me. It upsets the players that can't get it because they're not able to get it. They're not good enough. And it like caters to that niche, like 0.1% of players, like Casey here, a Hearthstone esports guy. If you're mad because you're bad and you still want the 12-win skin, my DMs are open. And this also opens up, are people going to pay people to boost, to like play on their account? There's all sorts of like TOS stuff that's going to come from this. Like, it's kind of like, it's just baffling in like every way to me. For the, like one of the first times ever in game, they're tying like an exclusive reward to achieving something really hard, but tying it to something that is so ridiculously expensive, so inaccessible to the vast majority of players, that it comes off to me as nothing more than another predatory means of extracting gold before a mini set, while also alienating your core player base of completionists that feel like they've like, what have I done for the last 9 years? The expectation that I can have a full collection is gone unless I high roll this brawl. I will be participating in the Heroic Brawl. I always do. It's fun content as a content creator, but I'm like, again, 0.1% of the player population. How many people stream and make YouTube videos for their living playing Hearthstone? Not a lot. So it'll probably be pretty cool content to watch me lose my mind, try and unlock the skin. But for the vast majority of people, it's really awful. And I just think it's a short-sighted decision, and it would have been infinitely smarter to me if they just put a card back for it. A really crazy competitive card back. That's already been established as something rare, that you're not going to have all of them, and another card back, maybe something really, really cool, really crazy, might have been a lot more acceptable, rather than a portrait, which again has had that condition, had that expectation that you can always, you know, get them when you want if they're in the shop for money. And they're getting money from us from it, right? It's not like we were getting it for free. They were still just getting our money, but they want more. It's just never enough, is it? I even bought the legendary portraits, like $30. They want more. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I think a competitive reward is cool, but I think this is the absolute worst way to do it. And even looking through the Hearthstone subreddit, it's just literally nothing but negative comments. I'll keep my gold. I'd rather just pay money, 1,000 gold to go 0-3. They double down on their poor decision making. And well, yeah, Zeddy video incoming. It's here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.